Another beautiful day here in Boston. We're actually in South Boston, Castle Island, which during the summer is bumping. It's an awesome part of the city. People walking and running around. You got Sully's for a hot dog or an ice cream. Great place to be. In the middle of February, not so much. We're actually going to go meet up with Charlie King over at Charles King Real Estate to learn more about Andrew Square. It's an old neighborhood that's really going to be developed out. So let's go check it out. What's amazing is that, you know, this area really hasn't changed down here in Castle Island, but the development that we're heading towards is a completely different area than it was 10 years ago.
The east side has always kind of been your traditional three-family, triple-decker. At one time, it used to be whole families who lived in those, where you'd have the grandparents on one floor, a son, daughter with their family, 6 people per bedroom. Now all those have been converted over time into condos.
This is Boston, right? I mean,
yes.
It's got that great vibe to it. It hasn't changed. I mean, I'm sure people from South Boston will say that some of the landscape has changed, but for the most part, the neighborhoods still have that true Boston feel.
Exactly. Up until 3 or 4 years ago, east side was the side of South Boston everybody wanted to live on. I mean, where I just met you, you're right on the ocean right there. You have a beach 4 blocks that way. You have parks, you have trees, you have a lot of green space. It wasn't until the past 3 or 4 years where a lot of the development we're going to be checking out has happened, is where there's been a shift in South Boston demographics, where people are like, oh, I'll live on the west side now, near the train, and a lot of bars and restaurants have all opened up. When I first got into real estate, I mean, even, this was only probably 6 or 7 years ago, you still had some people who were afraid to rent apartments over here because they thought of the whole Whitey Bulger situation. Sure. Now it's literally the place to live for young professionals coming out of college. The east side right now, it's a lot of still small shops, some good sandwich places, American Provision. It's a nice little area. Also, as we're starting to go uphill right now, there's a whole area called Telegraph Hill in South Boston. Dorchester Heights is what it's called, actually. You have amazing views of the whole city from every way. You can look over there that way and you'll see Back Bay, and you look out here, you'll see the water and downtown and the seaport. West Broadway now has become the place to go out, the place to be seen. You have Lincoln, Capo, Loco, Shenanigans, a bunch of other restaurants, a bunch of new apartment buildings have all opened up. And on a Sunday before the Patriots kick off, there's lines at every one of these bars. But you're seeing a lot more transition too in the type of businesses that are opening up. Higher end restaurants are coming. And it's cool. This place has really transformed itself in the past 5 years. In the area we're ultimately going to end up in today, Andrew Square, the idea is to have it look a lot like this in 5 to 10 years.
So we're pretty much right in the middle of Andrew Square, and it's got a real industrial feel to it, but that's all changing.
Yeah, it's all changing. I mean, right to your right here, this Washington Village. It's 656 units, residential units that are going to be built here. Over 100,000 square feet of commercial space, which will be retail, restaurants, just everything. Down the street over here, too, on the other side, one of those brick buildings, they're proposing 120 units with more retail space. Across the street right here, we just had 24 units that have been built with another restaurant space. Couple of places down right over there, 54 units are being proposed with more retail space. Yeah, so it's just almost 1,000 units just in this little area that are supposed to be built in the next 5 to 10 years.
People are always looking for that next neighborhood that's going to be coming on. Andrew Square is
probably it for South Boston. You're less than a half a mile to the train over there, and then there's another train station less than a mile that way. This is my office space, a block away from where we just were. We're going to go check out a new 3-unit residential and 1 commercial floor, new construction ground up building. So let's go take it a look.
Yep. Charlie, thanks for showing us around. I mean, Andrew Square is definitely an up-and-coming neighborhood for sure.
Yeah, it really is. I think if you're looking to buy in Boston and get in at a good spot, well, there's not many neighborhoods left. Andrew Square is definitely the spot to be, and you guys will have to come back and take a look at the finished product in a few months.
We're in the springtime.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Good seeing you.
Good
Thanks.
seeing you.